If you're over 60 and taking vitamin B12 every day, why do so many people still feel tired, foggy, or unsteady?
This question comes up all the time. I take my B12 faithfully, so why am I still dealing with low energy, dizziness, numbness, or memory slips?
And here's what surprises most people. In many cases, it's not a lack of vitamin B12 at all.
Exactly. Blood tests often look normal, so the symptoms get blamed on aging, stress, or just getting older.
But the real issue is how B12 is being taken, especially after age 60.
Let me share a quick example. A man in his late 60s had taken B12 for years. His labs were fine, yet his energy dropped, his balance felt off, and his memory was slipping.
The problem? His body wasn't absorbing the B12 properly.
And research shows this absorption issue is incredibly common in older adults.
When B12 isn't absorbed, nerve function slowly suffers. At first, it's subtle. Fatigue, brain fog, tingling, but over time it can affect balance, focus, and long-term brain health.
What makes this tricky is that standard tests don't always catch it. That's why this mistake often goes unnoticed.
Today, we'll explain the most common B12 absorption mistake after 60 and how to take it the right way so it actually supports your brain, nerves, and energy.
Before we continue, drop your age and where you're watching from in the comments. And if you're taking B12 but still not feeling your best, let us know. And don't forget to subscribe for more practical health strategies for life after 60.
Most people assume that if their blood work says their B12 is normal, then there's nothing to worry about.
But after age 60, that assumption can be very misleading. Vitamin B12 plays a huge role in nerve signaling, brain performance, red blood cell formation, and how your body creates energy.
When the body doesn't get enough usable B12, nerves are often the first to suffer.
That's why early warning signs tend to show up as tingling or burning in the hands and feet, trouble with balance, constant fatigue, memory slips, and that heavy brain fog feeling.
Here's where aging changes everything. As we get older, the stomach produces far less acid.
And stomach acid is critical. It's what frees B12, so your body can actually absorb it. Without enough acid, B12 can pass right through your system without ever being used.
By the time people reach their 60s, a large percentage already have low stomach acid, and many don't know it.
I saw this clearly with a patient in her early 70s. She had burning sensations in her feet and frequent dizziness. Her B12 blood level came back normal, so she was told everything looked fine.
But her symptoms didn't stop. They slowly got worse.
That's because a standard B12 blood test only measures how much B12 is circulating in the blood, not how much is actually getting into the cells and nerves.
So in older adults, B12 levels can look acceptable on paper, while the nervous system is still being deprived.
And that's exactly why so many seniors take B12 for years, yet feel no real improvement.
Now, this is where the first big mistake usually shows up. Most seniors take vitamin B12 as a regular pill, swallow it with water, and assume their body will handle the rest.
That assumption makes sense, but after age 60, it often doesn't work that way. Proper B12 absorption depends on a stomach protein called intrinsic factor.
And here's the catch. As we age, intrinsic factor production drops. So even if you swallow the right dose, your body may barely absorb it.
This isn't rare at all. It's extremely common. Remember the 68-year-old patient mentioned earlier? He took his B12 every morning, same dose, same brand, for years.
Yet his nerve symptoms kept getting worse. When the form of B12 was changed, not the dose, his improvement started within weeks.
That's the key lesson. With B12, the form matters just as much as the amount.
If this is helpful so far, take a second to like the video. It really helps this information reach more people who need it.
Now let's talk about the second mistake, taking the wrong type of B12. Most store-bought supplements use cyanocobalamin. It's inexpensive and shelf-stable, but it's also synthetic. Your body has to convert it into an active form before it can be used.
That conversion depends on liver health, enzymes, and antioxidant levels, all of which often decline with age.
A 72-year-old patient had acceptable blood levels on cyanocobalamin, yet still struggled with numb fingers and walking difficulty.
When he switched to methylcobalamin, an active form, the difference was clear. Balance improved within a month. Numbness eased over the next few months.
Research consistently shows active forms like methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin are used more efficiently in older adults.
Another overlooked issue is dosing strategy. Many seniors take B12 once a day and assume that's enough.
But B12 is water soluble and clears quickly. For people with absorption problems, a single dose may not support ongoing nerve repair.
There's also confusion about injections. They help in severe deficiency, but they're not always required.
High-quality sublingual B12 can be just as effective because it bypasses the stomach and intrinsic factor entirely.
That's especially important for people with low stomach acid or digestive issues.
Bottom line so far, swallowing a standard B12 tablet can normalize lab numbers, but still leave nerves unprotected.
Now, here's the third mistake, and it surprises most people. It's not about dose or form, it's about consistency.
Most people take B12 only when they feel tired. They skip days, stop when they feel better, then restart weeks later.
But B12 isn't a stimulant, it's a repair nutrient. Nerves need steady daily access to rebuild myelin, the protective nerve coating.
A 70-year-old patient followed this on and off pattern. She felt brief boosts of energy, but her numbness and balance issues never improved.
When she began taking B12 consistently every day, her symptoms stabilized. Over time, tingling stopped worsening and balance improved.
Timing matters too. Taking B12 late at night can interfere with sleep, and poor sleep raises cortisol, increases inflammation, and slows nerve healing.
Hydration is another hidden factor. Mild dehydration, very common with aging, limits nutrient delivery into nerve tissue.
And medications matter. Acid blockers, metformin, and certain antibiotics all interfere with B12 absorption or use.
This doesn't mean stopping medications. It means adjusting how B12 support is provided.
By now, one thing becomes clear. Most seniors aren't making one mistake. They're making several small ones at the same time.
Each one reduces the benefit slightly. Together, they can completely cancel out the effects of vitamin B12. Now, let's talk about what actually works. This is the vitamin B12 approach many clinicians use with adults over 60 who want real results, not just good lab numbers.
The first thing that matters is the form. For most seniors, active forms of B12 work best, specifically methylcobalamin or a combination of methylcobalamin and adenosylcobalamin.
These forms don't need to be converted. The body can use them right away, which is especially important when nerve symptoms are present.
That's why relying only on cyanocobalamin often leads to disappointment in older adults.
Next is how B12 is taken. Swallowing a standard tablet isn't always enough after 60.
Sublingual B12, placed under the tongue and allowed to dissolve, can bypass common absorption problems. For many seniors, this single change makes a noticeable difference.
Then there's dosage. Low doses often don't overcome absorption barriers.
A typical effective range for seniors is around 1,000 to 2,000 micrograms daily. Some people need a bit more at first, then less for maintenance. Because B12 is water-soluble, excess amounts are safely eliminated.
Consistency is non-negotiable. B12 isn't a quick energy boost. It supports slow nerve repair.
Taking it only when you feel tired interrupts that process. Daily use over weeks or months is what leads to real change.
Timing matters too. Morning or early afternoon works best for most people.
Taking B12 too late in the day can interfere with sleep, and poor sleep slows nerve healing.
B12 also doesn't work alone. Folate and vitamin B6 often support the same nerve pathways.
But high-dose synthetic folic acid isn't ideal for everyone. Many seniors tolerate natural folate or methylfolate better.
And when tracking progress, don't rely only on lab tests.
Pay attention to real changes. Steadier walking, less numbness, clearer thinking. Those matter more than a single lab value.
One patient in her mid-70s followed this exact approach. Her labs barely shifted, but her balance improved, her falls stopped, and her confidence came back.
That's real success.
Now, an important reminder, B12 is powerful, but it isn't magic.
Long-standing nerve compression, spinal degeneration, or years of uncontrolled blood sugar can limit how much B12 alone can do.
Inflammation, poor sleep, chronic stress, and dehydration can also blunt its benefits.
And not all numbness is caused by B12 problems. Conditions like spinal stenosis or carpal tunnel can mimic the same symptoms.
That's why worsening symptoms always deserve proper medical evaluation.
One man increased his B12 dose on his own and felt frustrated when nothing changed. Further testing revealed spinal compression. Once adjusted properly, B12 became supportive instead of disappointing.
So let's pull this together into a simple action plan. Don't focus only on lab numbers. Use active forms of B12. Choose sublingual delivery. Take an effective dose, be consistent, take it earlier in the day, support it with hydration, sleep, and blood sugar control.
And know when to look deeper instead of just adding more supplements.
Taken correctly, B12 can protect nerves, support memory, and restore energy in many seniors.
Taken the wrong way, B12 can seem useless.
But the difference isn't luck, it's understanding how your body actually uses it after 60. So take a moment and look at your current B12 routine. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this truly supporting my brain and nerves, or am I just checking a box?
Before you go, drop a comment with your age, where you're watching from, and the form of B12 you're using. Your experience helps others more than you realize.
And if this information helped you, please share it with someone you care about. Many seniors are taking B12, but not in a way that really supports nerve health.
Now, one more important thing. If you're dealing with heavy legs, cold feet, cramps, or poor circulation, B12 is only part of the picture.
We just released another video that breaks down the only two nutrients shown to truly support leg circulation after 60, vitamin K2 and vitamin E, both from natural food sources.
In that video, we explain how these nutrients work together to improve blood flow, support vessel health, and help your legs feel stronger and lighter.
You'll find the link to only two nutrients actually improve leg circulation after 60 right here. Make sure to watch it next.
And don't forget to subscribe for clearer, science-based guidance designed specifically for life after 60.